I am Peppermint, and welcome to another fabulous edition of the only Drag Race review. And in today's episode, we are what's that word? What is that word?
What is it, fashion?
We are reviewing season 12, episode 11, darling. 11 is 5,000. Before we do, please make sure you click like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, put in your social security number, give us all everything, leave a comment, take a penny, leave a penny, be kind, rewind. Y'all remember that one. The point is, we're gonna give you a fierce little show tonight. First up, kids, episode 10 left us with no elimination. I guess that usually happens at least once a season. Didn't really happen during my season, but nevertheless, I was glad that the queens got saved from the last episode. Of course, I'm talking about Jackie and Heidi. Nobody went home, and this week they got to start off fresh. Immediately started off Jackie talking about how she was happy to be safe, and all the queens were pretty much like, bitch, we're not feeling that. Today is the traditional puppet show, and this, honestly, during my season, I don't ever remember this being a thing. And so when we had to do it, everybody else acted like they knew what it was, and I was like, what, puppets? And then when RuPaul said, because what? And then they all said, everybody loves puppets, and I was like, I didn't say it. I was like, oh, and we had to stop and do it again. And so, oh girl. Honestly, none of the puppets, I just thought, okay, look, I hate puppets. I do not like puppets. I don't like puppets. So this part wasn't for me. And then RuPaul proceeds to tell us that they have to put on a one-woman show, which I would have loved. Some of the girls are like, yes. Some of the girls are like, oh my God. They are not having it. And then RuPaul announces that the guest judge, everybody, is, drum roll, Whoopi motherfucking Goldberg. Whoopi motherfucking Goldberg. Bitch. I'm jealous. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. So the girls start writing their scenes, and they get to go in and rehearse in front of Whoopi and Ru and get some valuable coaching lessons. And I think this is fabulous. I mean, this is some really good FaceTime that they get to have not only with the host of the show, but the top judge of the show and the guest judge of the show. And it's an EGOT. An EGOT. An EGOT. E-G-O-T. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Or is it Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony? Okay. So I think Crystal Method did an excellent job in the rehearsal because she didn't really seem to have too much to present. It was more just kind of telling her idea. Heidi's idea seemed like it was really funny because, you know, her family, we want to know everything about her. Gigi Good's idea was so funny, and it actually was really solid, and it was even better on stage. But unfortunately, as a performer, Gigi Good wasn't really able to just let go and do her thing, go with the flow, and just be present. And I know what that's like. I even got a little bit flustered when I was doing the roast, and we were allowed to have cue cards. My cue cards, I swear, it was like the Drag Race ghost. I had my cue cards all in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And by the time I got to the stage, they were like 75, R, 15,000. It was just a mess. So the winner of this week's episode is Miss Crystal Method, who, even though, I mean, I do think she did a really good job, and it was entertaining. It wasn't my favorite. I do think that my favorite was probably Jackie. Anyway, the two queens who end up in the bottom are Jada and Heidi. And this is heartbreaking to me. I don't like seeing these girls go against each other. I think that it seems like they're pretty close with each other so far in the season. And so seeing them lip sync against each other just really kind of rips my heart out. The theme of the runway, by the way, is purple. My favorite runway look was Jada Essence Hall's. Something about her, it's just chic. It's fashion. It's just chic and it's fashion, darling. And I love it. I'm here for every single minute of it. And Heidi and Jada are in the bottom two, lip syncing to the purple one. Dearly beloved, we gather here today. Or, dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbye. Prince, giving us 1999, which is, I'm so happy to finally hear Prince on Drag Race. I'm sorry, I don't care what y'all say. Prince is a drag queen. Prince is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm so jealous that they got to do this. Because I would have licked that runway. That's nasty. Jada is eating that song up. Heidi's giving it, but it's not as charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent as Jada is. You know, I think that's just it. So unfortunately, Heidi goes home, and it just breaks my heart. She was in tears, and RuPaul said some really major things. And Ru doesn't really open up that much, but RuPaul said some really major things. Number one, she said this is her favorite top 6, and she wishes that they could be the top 6 forever, which is like, that's a very clear statement, okay? The other thing that she said to Heidi, which is definitely true, is that Heidi is a star, and that she should be looking for property outside of Ramhaggle, wherever she's from, and that she should definitely pay her taxes. And she gave Heidi some sage advice and let her know that she couldn't wait for the world to see who she was. And I think that was really sweet. And so I love you. Now it's time for our big surprise. Of course, I always give you the sweet and sassy, and the shady always comes from my partner in crime, Miss Tina Burner. But right now, joining me live, please help me welcome my sus, Miss Tina Burner.
Do you guys...
Hey, Tina.
You smell that? It's smoke, because I'm lighting up the stage. Was that a sign? Was that like a siren, like an alarm, like a fire truck?
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Did you enjoy the episode? I know we're about to get your side of the thing, but did you enjoy the episode? Did you hate the episode? Were there any moments that you loved or hated? Just overall.
And listen, anytime I can put my warm hand in a hole and pull something out, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. That sounded weird.
Even if it has eyes and teeth and talking to you?
Well, that's it, baby. I just want... I'm a gynecologist. No.
Okay.
Wait, that's not at all what I wanted to say.
Now, RuPaul made some comments this week that I won't necessarily comment on, but she does have a point that this is definitely one of the strongest casts, so like collectively, ever. Honestly, I really do think it is an extremely strong cast,
yes,
like the whole season. And just based on the competition alone, if the next episode shows an elimination, who do you think they filmed going home?
Now, this is going to be an unpopular opinion. If I had to choose someone, see, you pushed me. You're a pusher, Katie. A drug pusher. No. If you had to choose someone to go home based on right now in the competition, I personally, I think that I wasn't a huge fan of Gigi's. It's hard. I'm really pushing me in a corner here. Based on this last episode that just happened, I would probably, oh God, I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you. Here's the problem. Let's just run through a little bit. It's because Gigi was like, Gigi was so in that challenge. And then Lulu's still for me. It was just looking at it, it's just basic. It's exciting to me. Jackie's still getting excitement. Crystal getting all the excitement. And Jada, and Sherry, I would probably, you know what? I would send Sherry home because she went 17 minutes, and I think it's unprofessional when you take up people's time.
I think the person that would probably go home at this point in the game after Heidi, not who I want to go home, but the person that I think will be next eliminated will probably be Crystal.
No.
Crystal Method.
No. See, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. It's called yes. 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 Yes.
No.
Yes. 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 Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's do the
yeah.
fork in the garbage
No,
disposal.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding.
Fucking, she nailed both challenges. She looked like where the wild things are, and I'm sorry. That one woman show, like, it did not belong there. It was weird, but that one woman show was the best one woman show I've seen on that show.
Okay. Now you're RuPaul. This episode was the best thing in the world that I've ever seen. This episode is better than anything I've ever heard.
Listen, that's not what I said.
Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I said. I said, but there's a couple that stand out in my mind that I can think right off the top of my head. Bianca Del Rio, when she did that roast girl, that it stands at the top of my head. Aja, when she did an All Stars and she jumped off of that box and she backflipped, it stands in my head. That's what I'm saying. Crystal's one woman show goes like that, and it's different, and it stands in my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just certain ones that just jump out. I'm not saying all the other ones
Are you crazy?
I'm not saying all the other ones aren't amazing.
God.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it was different and it was unexpected. Don't even try. You know you watched that show and you said hers was set apart from every other girl on that stage.
I watched it.
You know it was. Tell me it was not. Tell me it was not.
Oh yes, it was very different.
Tell me hers wasn't the different one out of the whole group.
It was different. Was it different?
Yes?
Yes.
Did you laugh?
It was.
Did you laugh? Well, you know what? You know what, Pep? You know what, Pep? Why don't you tell me? I want you right now to tell me all about Crystal's one-woman performance. I want you to tell me what you liked about it and what you didn't like about it.
I thought it was bizarre. I thought I had a hard time. You know what I'll tell you? What I liked about the whole thing of hers, I was laughing more genuinely in the rehearsal than I was of the performance of it.
I disagree.
The performance of it, I was like, okay, it's an exercise class, but she was really just talking people through exercises. She wasn't really, I didn't feel like we were in an exercise class. I felt like it was just somebody just talking. And so it was like a lecture about some exercises, which wasn't really that entertaining. And then the parts that were the funniest.
She kitty litter dropped to the floor.
Listen, okay, so this is what I think. I really do think that she did a lot of things that made me remember other successful things that she did in the season. She had a really good kitty litter thing. And so I felt like when she did the kitty litter, I remembered, her kitty litter was great. And then I started comparing that kitty litter to what she was doing on stage. And I was like, I'd rather just see that again. She did the, even the thing in the rehearsal, which was a new joke that Whoopi said, you should keep that in. Something about the innocence of it the first time she did it just seemed so much more genuine. The second time, it wasn't as funny to me. I don't know.
Well, yeah, what you just said out loud, though, is all of Heidi's last couple run on the episodes, though. Everything she's done on these, I love her dearly, and she is, I agree with you, the heart of the season. But everything she's done in these last couple episodes has been everyone else's suggestions.
And then,
besides
and
the
guess who was
thing.
eliminated? Heidi. And so who's next to be eliminated? The other person that was doing it.
Why are you screaming? You're screaming. I mean, she's not next to be eliminated. Why are you screaming? Top of your lungs.
Guess who's gonna be eliminated next?
You know what? I'm gonna say right here. I am not gonna be shocked. I'm not gonna be shocked or shook when Crystal wins this whole thing.
Crystal. Huh?
Crystal has an arc. Crystal has the arc.
Okay.
And Crystal is just swooping in. Like a hawk. A hawk and a chicken.
Okay.
Is that a hawk?
Well, girl, we want to hear the rest of your shady tea. So why don't you take it away and let us know what you thought of the whole episode?
Will do. Thanks, Peppermint. We had a little mini challenge. They were sock puppets. You didn't miss much. Somebody put their hand in a hole and then their hand in a sock. And do I have to talk about the mini challenge? They're sock puppets. I fucking love it. We get to the main challenge. The main challenge is the one woman show. Start with Jackie. I mean, Jackie really did amazing in this challenge. She really took her heritage and her roots, and I thought it was great because we all have crazy families. And it's always a hit when you can use that and channel it and make it like, it was like watching a TV sitcom. I thought it was brilliant. It was heartfelt. It touched me in all the right ways. Just like a little sock puppet. Jada Essence Hall. I don't know, girl. I was watching her talk about pee, and then I thought, I have to pee. So I went to the restroom and I peed. Heidi's, the family reunion thing. What? Am I watching like a really weird speed dating conversation? What? Seemed a little cuckoo bananas, but I still love her because she has so much heart. Watching as one woman performance was like getting the antibody test, you know? You're not sure if it's positive, you're not sure if it's negative, and you're waiting a long time to get the results. So, there's that. My favorite, obviously, was Crystal Method giving me the jerk. Oh, Gigi. Gigi. Oh. You know what Gigi needed in her one-woman show? Snakes. Now we're going to talk about the runways. The color purple. Oh my god, Whoopi Goldberg was there. How amazing. Molly, you in danger, girl. Crystal Method gave me fucking very Where the Wild Things Are, and I loved it. Jada Essence Hall was impeccable. It was fashion. It was high fashion. She was just serving you essence, beauty. Jada Essence Hall. Heidi looked great. I thought it was a little prom pageant, but with that said, I mean, it was impeccably done. She's prom queen, okay? She's not in the court. She's the prom queen. So she looked beautiful. Jackie Cox, I love she took a risk, and it was amazing. It was just like, it came out of left field for me. Like, I would expect a Crystal to wear something like that. Who else did I see? Oh, Gigi Good. She's very Glenn Close from the movie The Stepford Wives. When it came down to the lip sync of All Your Life, it was Heidi and Jada just served. I mean, what's for dinner? It's you, Heidi. I'm sorry she served it. She was giving it to me. Prince was such a cool song. I liked her rendition, and yeah. And spoiler alert, she did a wig reveal. That's it, kids. That's all she wrote.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today.
If you like what you see, make sure to swipe up or tap the bell and subscribe. I'm Tina Burner.
And I'm Peppermint. Bye.